and today we're going to be covering the strongest heroes in One Punch Man, except of course Saitama, who has yet to be placed in the S class. For more One Punch Man videos like this one, be sure to one punch that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. There will be some spoilers in this video. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. Starting with the 17th ranked S-class hero, Puri Prisoner. He is the 33-year-old insanely muscular prison boss who loves Sailor Moon and boyfriend sweaters. According to the data book, he scored an 8 out of 10 in stamina, a 4 in intelligence, a 6 in justice, an 8 in endurance, a 7 in power, a 7 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and an 8 in fighting ability. Like a conventional superhero, Puri Prisoner has super strength, endurance, and speed. He uses his angel style to defeat opponents. He's recently unlocked the move Angel Bristle Armor, where he grows hair all over his body, which dramatically increases his defense. With this new defense, he was practically unfazed by Nyan's sharp claws, even though he's threat level dragon. Nyan even starts running away from him. The move Angel Crawl allows him to swim through stone like it was water. Despite how emotional and naked he usually is, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Tank Top Master is the 16th ranked S-class hero who heads the Tank Top army. Here's a quote that captures his philosophy. Tank Top is the source of strength. If I can bring out even more potential of the Tank Top, if I become a man who is worthy of the Tank Top, then I can defeat even psychic power. End quote. According to the data book, he scored a 9 in stamina, a 5 in intelligence, a 7 in justice, an 8 in endurance, an 8 in power, an 8 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and an 8 in fighting ability. Similarly to Puri Prisoner, Tank Top Master is a physical type, possessing super strength, speed, and durability. Most of Tank Top's moves aren't very complicated. He uses his strength to deliver tackles and punches. He can also punch the ground so hard that he begins to crack and throws his opponent off balance. However, he couldn't defeat the human monster, Garou. The 17-year-old Bad, aka Metal Bat, is the 15th ranked S-class hero. Like all manly men, he values fighting spirit above logic. He wields his signature bat, has the tough persona of a delinquent, and even claims that threat level dragon monsters are nothing to him. But he has a soft spot for his little sister. When it appeared like he could have got the finishing blow on Garou, his sister showed up and he stopped the attack because he promised never to expose her to violence. He's a weapons type hero, and his stats are as follows. He got an 8 in stamina, a 3 in intelligence, a 7 in justice, an 8 in endurance, a 9 in power, a 7 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. In addition to the usual super strength, Metal Bat possesses a fighting spirit that increases his physical abilities as battles drag on, and he takes more damage. By the end of his fight with Garou, he likely would have been able to finish him off if he landed one solid blow, but he stopped because of his sister. Many people were impressed by the power of his swings, including Garou, Super Alloy Darkshine, and Bang. It is suggested that Metal Bat could be ranked even higher, but like Saitama, he doesn't care about his hero rank. The 19-year-old Genos, aka Demon Cyborg, is currently ranked 14th. His family was killed by a cyborg, and so he became a cyborg of justice so he could get his revenge one day. In contrast to his sensei Saitama, he has the cool hair and the look that you'd expect from your stereotypical superhero. Genos tends to be a very serious student and greatly respects his mentor, the much more carefree Saitama. According to the data book, he got a 9 in stamina, a 7 in intelligence, a 7 in justice, a 9 in endurance, an 8 in power, an 8 in popularity, a 6 in effectiveness, and a 9 for fighting ability. He is a machine-type fighter. Genos' cyborg body is strong enough to lift a truck with one hand and fast enough to move quicker than the speed of sound. As a cyborg, he can also get cool upgrades that can help him in battle. He even contains incinerate cannons in his palms that can shoot explosive fire attacks at his enemies, and he can use boosters located in his elbows and shoulders to accelerate his movements and strengthen his attacks. The 13th ranked S-Class hero is the 25-year-old Flashy Flash. He's from the same ninja village and was from the same graduating class as Speedo Sound Sonic. He's a serious dude with feminine features, and he is best known for his insane speed. Like Saitama, he believes that training rather than natural talent is the key to becoming strong, and he believes that the only ones you can entice with money are those whose power is weaker than money itself. Flashy Flash dropping more knowledge than the other Flash ever could. He scored an 8 in stamina, a 6 in intelligence, a 5 in justice, the lowest S-Class hero score known in this category, a 7 in endurance, a perfect 10 in power, an 8 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. He is a weapon type fighter and mainly uses his katana to fight. Flashy Flash's ultimate technique is Flashy Slash, where he uses his incredible speed with his katana in order to cut his opponents in half. He used this technique to defeat 2 dragon level villains. He is the first S-Class hero to be shown defeating even 1 dragon level villain on his own. He is definitely one of my favorite S-Class heroes, and I hope to see a lot more of him in the future. The 12th ranked S-Class hero is Watchdog Man, a very mysterious dude whose age has yet to be revealed. You wouldn't think that a bored looking man in a dog suit would be strong, but you'd be wrong. He keeps the dog suit on even when he bathes, and is always acting like a dog. He's territorial and sticks to fighting monsters in Q City. He beat over 30 monsters before without even breaking a sweat. He is extremely fast and powerful. When Garou challenged him, he easily beat Garou, who only survived because he managed to leave his territory and thus Watchdog stopped chasing after him. He is a physical type of fighter, but his other statistics remain a mystery. The 11th ranked hero is the 27-year-old Super Alloy Darkshine. He is a bald, muscular dude who is always the shiniest guy in the room. He trained his body to be harder than steel. According to the data book, he scored a 10 in stamina, a 5 in intelligence, a 6 in justice, a 9 in endurance, an 8 in power, a 7 in popularity, a 7 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. He is a physical type of fighter. His physical strength and durability are considered to be top tier even among the S-Class heroes. His body couldn't even be scratched by a tiger level monster's drills, even though they were as tough as steel. In 10th place, we have the very large Pig God, whose age remains undisclosed. He's not your conventional hero. He will take the shortest route, even if it means crashing through buildings, and he eats his monster opponents. He proved to be immune to a significant amount of poison when he fought Eyesight, a demon level monster. He also has the ability to stretch his body, so that he can even consume opponents bigger than himself. According to the data book, his scores are all a mystery except for effectiveness, in which he scored an 8 out of 10. In 9th place, we have Drive Knight, yet another mysterious hero with an undisclosed age. We do not know if Drive Knight is a cyborg or robot, but we do know that he is like an edgier RoboCop. He uses a box-like transforming object for battle. It can seemingly change into anything. He can use it to gain horse-like legs to increase his speed, or he can use it to create a blade of light that can cut through monsters in one swipe. He's a calm and calculating fighter. He tries to collect data from monsters rather than simply disposing of them as fast as possible. He insists on killing monsters who've seen him fight, and he is willing to torture them before he kills them to get the information he wants. This is probably why so much about him remains a mystery. He goes out of his way to keep his abilities a secret. As far as his stats go, all we know is that he scored a 7 in popularity and a 6 in effectiveness. In 8th place, we have Zombie Man, one of the coolest heroes in the series. He was created by the House of Evolution, where he was experimented on for a long time. He's a detective who cannot be killed. He'll just regenerate. He tends to have a pretty bleak view of the world, but you can't blame him when you consider the torturous experiments he must have undergone and the amount of times he's almost died only to regenerate again. He is a weapons type of fighter, using guns, machetes, axes, and so on. He scored a 10 in stamina. In fact, he lasted 140 hours fighting against a monster before, a 6 in intelligence, a 6 in justice, a perfect 10 in endurance, a 6 in power, an 8 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. Although he's arguably one of the physically weakest S-Class heroes, he manages to prevail against strong monsters like Pure Blood through perseverance. Pure Blood gave Zombie Man 200 mortal wounds, but he regenerated and ended up beating the vampire and his 30 monster underlings. When it comes to fights, he's a marathon runner, not a sprinter, and that makes him a very interesting character in a world filled with extremely fast and overpowered heroes. In 7th place, we have the 29-year-old King, also referred to as the strongest man in the world. He is secretly the weakest of the S-Class heroes, yet because of dumb luck, he has developed the reputation of being the strongest. Even the hard-to-impress Tatsumaki respects him, and that's saying a lot. Although he usually seems calm and threatening, he's actually a fear-filled otaku who likes playing dating simulation games. Although Saitama is usually the strongest fighter around, King crushes him when it comes to fighting in video games. The Hero Association classified King as a physical type of fighter, and they gave him perfect scores in every category, a 10 in stamina, intelligence, justice, endurance, power, popularity, effectiveness, and fighting ability. Although King is pretty weak compared to other heroes, his legend precedes him, and his intimidating look gets many monsters to give up before King's lack of power is exposed. People think the King engine, a sound that comes from King's heartbeat when he is afraid and experiencing anxiety, is actually the sound of his bloodlust, and that the King engine is so powerful that it could shake the earth. King does have things going for him though. He is a master bluffer, a master gamer, and experiences ridiculous amounts of good luck so that monsters are somehow defeated near his presence and he ends up getting credit for their defeat. An interesting fact about him is that people think that he got his scars from a fight to the death against a god level monster, but in reality he got it from a tiger level monster called Octo Clawman. King just cried until a younger Saitama with hair beat the monster. In 6th place, we have Metal Knight, aka Dr. Bufoy, yet another mysterious figure. He fights using remote-controlled robots while he remains safe at a distant location, not having to risk his life. He is a very self-interested man and is more concerned about testing out his new rockets on a meteor than saving the people of Z City. He can be cold and pragmatic to the point of ruthlessness and is willing to give up the life of a child hostage if it would mean the swift destruction of the Monster Association hideout and its monsters. He is afraid of the evil lurking in the shadows of the Monster Association and is caring enough to warn Child Emperor about it. Metal Knight is classified as a machine type of fighter, and although some of his stats remain a mystery, we know that he scored a perfect 10 in intelligence, a 7 in popularity, a 9 in effectiveness, and a 10 in fighting ability. Even though he fights with his genius level brain rather than physical strength, his robots are extremely strong. According to Gyoro, he is one of only 4 heroes who can beat the dragon level monster called Elder Centipede because of his vast and secret military might. His intelligence is also used to build the Hero Association's defense systems and to rebuild the Hero Association's HQ once it is destroyed. Dr. Bufoy is confirmed to have at least 100 fighting robots, and his military arsenal is so large and powerful that the Hero Association fears the idea of him ever turning on them. In 5th place, we have the 10-year-old Child Emperor, the youngest hero in the Hero Association. Much like Metal Knight, his genius level brain is the key to Child Emperor's power. According to the data book, Child Emperor scored a 4 in stamina, a perfect 10 in intelligence, an 8 in justice, a 3 in endurance, a 6 in power, an 8 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. He's a weapons type of fighter. His backpack can do a lot, including help him fly or battle. Robotic tentacles come out of it like he was little Doc Ock from Spider-Man, which he can use to hurt or kill enemy monsters. He has many other weapons, including defensive barriers and a mecha that can launch what looks like an extremely strong Kamehameha. The combination of his intellect and wide variety of weapons helped him defeat the dragon level monster Phoenix Man. Who would have thought that the brave giant mecha wouldn't work while a tickle bug number 1 would do the trick. In 4th place, we have the 37-year-old Atomic Samurai, aka Kamikaze, aka the world's strongest swordsman. He's pretty full of himself and he refused to shake hands with Saitama when they met, saying that he only accepts the strong and that he'll greet Saitama properly when he makes it to S-Class. When fighting against Rhino Wrestler, a demon level monster, he was able to cut him to pieces so fast that no one saw what happened, and the Rhino could even keep talking for a few seconds after he'd been cut. That right there is an epic swordsman. Atomic Samurai is obviously a weapons type of fighter, those weapons being swords. He scored a 9 in stamina, a 4 in intelligence, a 6 in justice, an 8 in endurance, a perfect 10 in power, an 8 in popularity, an 8 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. The name Atomic Samurai itself simultaneously speaks to his precise atom-cutting swordsmanship and his overwhelming nuclear-level power. In third place, we have the 81-year-old Silver Fang, aka Bang. Bang and his brother Bomb were called the two greatest masters of the martial arts world by Garou. He is often serious, unafraid of dragon-level monsters, and has a good amount of moral integrity, unlike some other heroes on this list. He cares about his former disciple Garou, even after all the horrible things he did. Silver Fang is a physical type of fighter, and he scored a 9 in stamina, a 6 in intelligence, a 7 in justice, a 9 in endurance, a perfect 10 in power, a 7 in popularity, a 9 in effectiveness, and a 9 in fighting ability. Like a lot of superheroes, Silver Fang has super strength, super speed, and super durability, but his level is even impressive among S-class heroes. Bang created his own martial arts style called Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist that he uses to great effect. Don't let his old age fool you. He's still strong enough to beat dragon level monsters and the extremely muscular Super Alloy Darkshine. In second place, we have the 28-year-old Tornado of Terror, aka Tatsumaki. She is the much stronger half of the Psychic Sisters and the self-proclaimed teacher of her younger sister, Fubuki. Tatsumaki is a tsundere. She doesn't care about being rude or disrespectful, and she'll be quick to call you a baka. She acts cold towards people, but at the same time, she can also be really caring, like with her sister. She's usually extremely arrogant and has little tolerance for people who she deems to be incompetent, but even she respects King. She is a psychic type of fighter. She scored a 5 in stamina, a 7 in intelligence, a 7 in justice, an 8 in endurance, a 9 in power, a 9 in popularity, a perfect 10 in effectiveness, and a perfect 10 in fighting ability. Although she looks young and is often underestimated as a result, Tatsumaki is the most powerful Esper in the entire One Punch Man series and the highest ranking hero that we've actually seen. In first place, we have the middle-aged Blast. He is shrouded in more mystery than any other S-class hero. We haven't even seen his face, let alone his fighting abilities. Blast is considered to be the first hero. Like Saitama, Blast considers being a hero to be more of a hobby. He beat the dragon level Elder Centipede in the past, and the leader of the ninja village, who was regarded as the most powerful ninja to ever exist. He was the reason that Tatsumaki became a hero. It is explained in the manga that it is impossible for the Hero Association to order Blast to do anything. He only performs acts of heroism of his own free will. He refuses to be bound by anyone and hates being in the limelight, and yet, despite of all that, the Hero Association decided that he is worth giving special treatment. Stitch believes that when humanity is in peril and must be saved, Blast will surely take action. Although everything about his powers is kept secret, Fubuki believes that he is stronger than King is presented to be, can shoot lasers from his eyes, rules over psychic powers, and has the ability to command trillions of robots. She speculates that Blast could beat the rest of the S-Class all at once. Obviously, this is pure speculation, and will likely be proved false, but it illustrates the legend of Blast's power. If anyone can even hope to put up a somewhat decent fight against Saitama, it's gotta be Blast, the #1 hero. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button to let me know. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any new One Punch Man videos. Anyways, thanks again for all of your support, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.